Good evening, everybody. We are on another live stream from England, from just outside of London. And we will have Christian Prince, who is going to join us through Skype. But can we just go through and check if you can hear me and sound is all good? If that's the case, as you can see, I don't have Daniel today. And I don't have Godwin today. So practically, I don't know how we are going to go through it, because usually my brothers are the ones who keep an eye on chat. So hopefully we will work that out. So I don't think I need to introduce the Christian Prince. He's like one of the amazing and funny minds on Islam. And I come across with him last year when I was reading his book on sex and Allah. They are like sadly so funny. It's funny because Islam is all funny, but anyway, that's different topic. So what plan is, kind of plan is, I will be calling Christian Prince through Skype, and we will be talking through how Islam is false religion, Muhammad is false prophet, and Quran is false book. And as we do that, we will simply go through Islamic paradise. I don't think he knows what is full topic, but we will see how it's gonna go. So just give me a second. I need to figure out to call him. Skype. And meantime, those of you who are helping us on chat, we say thank you very much for helping us. Also, a couple of practical things for chat. Please keep your comments nice. I am happy for nasty comments if they are for me, but I'm not going to allow people to insult my guest. I did express that a while back. Keep your comments in language of English for moderators to understand. And be good guys. And try to ask questions on the topic. If you want to get our attention for your questions, please put add in front of DCCI Ministries as you leave your comments. And let's call Christian Prince.
Hello.
Hello, peace of Christ be with you, sir. How are you?
Hey, sister, peace of Christ with you.
So you are on our live stream.
All right.
I'm just going to ask a very practical question. Are you okay to be recorded in this live stream?
Oh, for sure.
Okay, because we do have lots of issues with YouTube. People who comes our live stream complains about their privacy. So therefore, I am asking you if you are okay to be recorded.
Well, why somebody want to come in live stream, but he don't want anyone to hear him?
I know. I know. No, they want to be heard, but in somehow towards end, soon after our video finishes, YouTube sends a message to say you recorded the people who didn't want to be recorded. So therefore, I am asking you.
Yeah, record me 24 hours, 7 days a week. No problem.
How are you, sir?
I'm fine. Don't call me sir. Why you call me sir?
I don't know you that much. All I know you've got like very funny book.
You know, you text me before, but we never talked before. I mean.
Yes. I don't know your favorite color. Do you have favorite color?
I like the color which Prophet Muhammad he like only.
Green.
No, Prophet Muhammad he like red.
Okay. Okay. I am disappointed to hear that you are taking Muhammad as an example.
No, I'm not taking him as an example. I'm just joking. You know.
I know. So I'm just trying to share you on my live stream. So,
all right.
Christian Prince. So plan is for tonight is overall just talk about Islamic paradise and what Islamic paradise offers to Muslim men. Are you okay with the topic?
Sure, right? Yeah, you do not need to tell me what the topic. Just ask me the question. What do you want?
Ah, you're not as kind as me.
Yeah, anything you want. Just ask me whatever you want, and I will be happy to answer.
Okay. So I read your books. I think it was last year on sex and Allah.
Hmm.
I must say it was sadly very funny, but it was sad because life of Islam looks very funny, yet it is sad.
Yeah.
So why did you write those two books?
Well, people needed. I always do what people ask me for. So I noticed that people, they are asking for some reference in their hand, and this is a book specify. It's like the specialty about it. It's about sexuality in Islam. So anyone wanna do research, even if you wanna do academic search, he will find a great reference about this topic in such two books.
So
So now,
what I have done was
through tons of books to find some restaurant, like some reference. So I made them easy, and I did not put everything there. I put what is enough to prove a point.
so I've done something very practical. I am not Arabic speaker. I am from Turkey.
All right.
And I went to mosque and I took your book with me. I think it was volume 1.
All right.
And I wanted imam from the mosque to just tell me what was happening in one of the hadith.
Mhm.
It is the hadith when wife is beaten, her skin is greener than her dress, and Muhammad says you need to sorry for the language, test
No, don't
yeah,
say it.
yeah.
Taste her. You have to taste his juice. Yeah.
Yeah, so I took that to mosque, and imam told me actually that's not in hadith.
Really.
And then I was asking, are you sure? And then he said, no, it's not in hadith. I found the Arabic version hadith and I took the physical copy to imam, and he started telling me actually that is wrong translation.
Hmm. Okay. What is the correct translation?
So correct translation was actually supposed to be if it's just a marriage, not the zawaj. Word is zawaj.
What's the word?
So he told me there are two words in Arabic. One of them is nikah, other one is zawaj.
Mm-hmm.
And he told me the word which is in that hadith is zawaj.
What is the word? He says it is zawaj. What is the word?
Marriage. It needs to be marriage. So he's just simply saying, go and marry with this guy to go back to your first husband.
Well, we can go right now and we can read the hadith. Let us go there. And I will use the Muslim translation.
Yeah.
So they will not say, he is using his own translation, right? I mean, there's no excuse after that. This is the hadith I'm going to share. I can send you the link actually in Skype. I don't know if you can open it there. Let me share it with you.
Okay, I'm not very good with technology, so you need to be
kind.
Be kind to me.
Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry. It says here, Rifa divorced his wife, whereupon Abu Abdul Rahman, etc., married her. So there's a guy, he divorced a woman. His name is Rifa. The other guy, his name Abu Abdul Rahman, he married her. One day, this woman, she came to her to Aisha, as she complained that her husband had beat her until he made her skin greener than her clothes. And then Muhammad, he came and he asked what's happening. So she said to him the story that her husband had beat her. Then Abu Abdurrahman, he heard that she went to Muhammad. So he came and he found his wife. She went to Muhammad. So he came with his two sons from the another wife. So this is two sons he have from different wife. And then she said, which means the wife, by Allah, I have done nothing wrong to him, but he is impotent and he is useless as this to me, holding her fabric, which means this guy, he cannot have sex. holding, showing the fringe of her garment. Abu Abdurrahman said, by Allah, I can satisfy her, but she is disobedient and wants to go back to Rifa. Allah Messenger said to her, if this is your intention, then you know that it is unlawful for you to this is the Muslim translation, not my translation,
Yeah.
to remarry Rifa, unless Abu Abdurrahman had sexual intercourse with you. Then the Prophet said, he saw the two boys of the Abdurrahman and he asked him, are these your sons? Abu Abdurrahman said, yes. The Prophet said, you claim what you claim, which means the guy, he cannot have sex. But Allah, by Allah, those boys resemble him as they resemble the crow. So this is one of the hadith about the story.
Yeah. So what Imam told me was, where it says Abdurrahman has had sexual intercourse with you, that means actually when he marries with you.
No, actually in Arabic it does not say
I know.
sexual intercourse. In Arabic it says until he tastes her juice.
Yeah.
So it says حتى يذوق عسيلتك. And anyone who speaks Arabic, you can see in my screen here. So we are not lying. That's what it says. It did not even mention the word intercourse. It says until you taste, he tastes your juice. Now we can go right now to the Arabic dictionary, Arabic English dictionary, and we see what the word asila.
Yeah, so that's what I did. I went to I took the picture of Arabic dictionary, and then I showed it to Imam. But Imam was like still shouting and screaming at me. I think he thought that was like speaker's corner. He was shouting and screaming at me to tell me why I am making Muhammad look bad.
Yeah, this is the only way to run away from the. Yeah, here we go. I put it in the screen. The ones who can see my screen, I just search for the word asila. This is Islamic website, not my website. This is the word asila. And it says asila mean orgasm. As simple as that. So the Prophet says, he did not say until you have intercourse. He said, until he tests your orgasm.
Okay, that was polite way to put it together. Anyway, so if anyone hasn't read the books, guys, read the books, memorize them, take them to mosque, challenge the imams, challenge the Muslims. It's very funny because some of the things they never read it, and when they read it, in somehow it just makes them throw
Did
up.
you see what is written in the cover?
Sex and Allah.
Yeah, in the cover, and the verse in the cover.
Yeah, that's the 5566. Restrain whom, yeah. Do you want me to read it? My English is very bad.
I mean, this is alone is a disaster. What kind of a religion? What kind of religion does God he describe what is inside the women private part? You know, to make us believe in it.
You don't need to be a genius to answer that question. It's called Allah, but that's different topic.
Yeah.
So anyway, just wanted to say thank you very much for these works. They are very, very helpful to Christians. Also, it is very helpful for Muslims who never even bother to think about what their religion is teaching. But as I've been harassing you for a long time now, I want you to kind of just tell us a little bit about what does Islamic paradise is offering to Muslim men when it comes to men or when it comes to boys.
See, first of all, if we ask ourselves what is the word paradise is coming from in Islam? I mean, the God of Islam, obviously he is not God, because he mixed between what is heaven and what is a garden. As an example, if we go to the Quran and try to find the God of Islam speaking about heaven, suddenly we will find that Allah, he speak about the Garden of Eden. Garden of Eden. And that is all over the Quran. Chapter 9, 72, chapter 13, 23, chapter 16, 31, 18, 31, 19, 61, 35, 33, 38, 50, 48, 8, 61 to 12, 90, 99, 98, 8. So all of this is speaking about the Garden of Eden. But how the Garden of Eden came to be in the heaven of Allah? This is showing us that the one who wrote the Quran, not only he is an idiot, he is ignorant. Because the Garden of Eden is not supposed to be in the sky. But in Islam, suddenly the Garden of Eden is jumping to be in the sky. And here, if you look at the heaven as an example in chapter 18, verse number 31, you will see how silly this heaven. I know you want to know about the boys, but we want to give introduction to those people who they are trying to understand.
Sure.
If you go to that verse in 1831, you will see it's speaking about that Allah will give me a bracelet of gold, and I will wear a green silk clothes for eternity, and I will be laying down in a couch, and I will have a pillow underneath of me.
Okay, so if just a moment, green is not your favorite color, so your favorite color is red. What are you gonna do?
None of those actually is my favorite color anyway, but I'm just joking with you.
Okay, like sake of the argument, if
You
green
see-
is not your favorite color,
This
it's
is the
gonna be
thing
like
about
hell.
women. You know, like women, they want to know what the color you like. This is not my topic. Focus on me in the heaven. So the heaven is of Islam. It is very silly. Very silly. What kind of God he promised me a bracelet in my hand, and I am a man. Why a man when I wear a bracelet? A bracelet of gold, and then I will wear a green silk clothes all my life for eternity. How boring! And not on, and he is trying to tempt me, and he say you will be reclining there. I mean, how silly is that? So what does that mean? I mean, this is so. Here you notice that Muhammad is making fun of us, insulting our intelligence, believing that we are a bunch of fools, and we will believe in such a religion because he promised us a couch, and he promised us a green silk and a bracelet in our hand, and we will have open buffet. Now, if you go to the boys in the heaven, or let us say what Muslims they call them ghulman. First of all, the word ghulman, or I don't know if you know what ghulman mean. What ghulman mean according to your knowledge? Do you know?
I don't know, but can I make a comment before you move to that on Surah 18, verse 31?
Go ahead.
So my understanding was, of course, I'm not expert. My understanding was Islamic paradise is where men are gonna meet with all their desires. Okay.
Yes.
And I haven't met that many men, but I come across only few men who would be happy with green. So if their desire is not green, do you think do they have right to ask Allah if they can change the color?
No, that's it. You know, your heaven is fixed. This is what is the heaven. The food you eat, the clothes you wear, it's not up to you. That's it. Even in the heaven of Allah, there's only one kind of meat, which is bird meat.
Come
you know?
on.
That's it. There's no fish. There's no shrimp. There's no beef. That's it. There's only bird meat. That's it.
So I have to be like kind of different type of vegan in heaven, in Islamic paradise.
Everything is fixed. Everything is already prefixed. Your clothes, your dress, your etc. And the color is not, you know. And the funny that Muhammad, he says whatever they wish, but yet he is telling us exactly what we will wear. You know, what is the wish in the story? When you say to somebody whatever you wish, it's mean whatever you wish. So why you say to him you will wear a green silk? What if I don't want like a green? A green, you will be like in a surgery room, a bunch of surgeons in the hospital, you know, working in your body. Everybody is wearing green, you know.
What about silk? Because there are people who are allergic to silks.
Actually, he did not say the word silk. You see the translation.
Oh, sorry, it's in my translation.
It said silk, but the fact it is silk, but it's not really silk as just silk. It is it's like Gucci. You know, the word in Arabic there is tabraqa. Istabraqa, which is a fabric made in Iran, and this fabric, you know, it's very famous. Let us see here. It's very famous. Let us show you on the screen.
I need to make a comment on it.
All right. So the it's a fabric. It's like now you say Gucci, you know. So in the time of Muhammad, if you go to chapter 55, verse number 54, it says that Allah will provide them with couches lined with silk brocade, and this is the same kind of clothes they will wear. So this is a Gucci at the time of Muhammad. Like there was a very famous name of a fabric made in Persia. Muhammad promising his followers, you will get that, which like saying today, you will get Gucci. So obviously, this is proving to us that Muhammad is a false prophet again, because imagine God, he promised me Gucci. This is literally imagine I say to you in a book now, I am a prophet, and my God will give you Gucci. He named it as Gucci. He did not just say, he did not say silk. He said istabraqa. Istabraq is a Gucci at that time as a brand of a fabric made in Iran.
Okay. So what does it say to you about Sunni Muslims? Because Iran is a country where Shia Muslims based. So
yeah, no, but this has nothing to do with Shia and Sunni.
I know, but now Shias took over. So if Muhammad is pointing them, remember Muhammad is like knows everything, is very good guy, is pointing people to Iran. Maybe there is something we can link.
I believe Muhammad, who worked in trade when he was working for his wife, he knew about this fabric, which is very expensive, and only rich people they can wear it. So Muhammad, he promised his followers that they will in the heaven. Allah promised them Gucci. So it's not about the Persian as much. It's about promising them the most or the best he have in his time. People heard about it.
I know. I was trying to make a joke, but that didn't go well. Anyway, okay. Sorry, I had to stop you there. You were gonna go through the boys. I'm asking this because so I have brothers, lots of Christian brothers, and they are asked a lot to convert to Islam. I'm just like trying to find good reasons why a Christian man should not convert to Islam, because it is attractive to have 72 virgins and you can do whatever you want to do, but there are also some negative side of being man in paradise. Therefore, that's why I'm asking this question to you.
First of all, if somebody want to convert to a religion because of sex, I mean, go and convert to Las Vegas, and go and convert to go to San Francisco.
No, Las Vegas is expensive though. I checked the tickets like a couple of months back.
No, the Islam is expensive too. You will spend your life bending upside down, and you wake up early in the morning and you bend down, and then you have to do Hajj, and you might die there. People step on you. 5,000 people last time they were killed. You get diseases, you get all kind of viruses. People kissing the black stone, licking the black stone, all the bacteria and the virus in the world, they come with it. And then you drink the water of Zamzam, which is full of arsenic, which is poisoned. And then you go back home and you will go, bingo, you are dead. If you survive the Hajj. Now, on the top of that, you spend a lot of money to make Allah happy. It's not for free. Allah will not pay for your ticket. So you have to fly all the way to the Kaaba, even if you are an Indian guy who cannot even pay for your child support. You know, a person who is in India, his income for the whole year is not even $1,000. He have to save at least $7,000 to $8,000 to go and do Hajj. And then in Hajj, either he die, or he will be robbed, or he will get viruses, or people they walk in the top of him, especially when they go around the house of the shaitan. And by the way, shaitan, he moved to Australia. He's not there no more. So point of this, it's not for free. It's just a false promise and a stupid promise. Otherwise, anyone can make a promise. I can make a promise now. If you believe in me, I will give you heaven. What do you like? Shrimp? Full of shrimp. You know, I will give a promise to everyone fit with his what he like. You know, I can make a better deal than Muhammad deal. People like sex, okay, a lot of sex, as much as you wish. What do you like? Like art? I will give you better than Muhammad did, because Muhammad he forbid art, forbid drawing. In the heaven of Allah, I will give you unlimited paint supply to paint for the rest of your life. So if about promises, If I am a fool and anyone he make a promise for me, I will believe it. That's mean he is a fool, and the fool nobody can stop him from converting to foolishness. Go and convert, who care? But the question is, if Allah is a true God, why he need to promise me such a silly, stupid promise? Because this is silly and this is stupid and this is not even a human. We are not a bunch of animals. We are just made. We are like made to be sex toys. Same time, what is the point of having sex? Like Muhammad, he speak about 70 years orgasm. So what the difference between 70 years orgasm or 7 minutes? Why it have to be 70 years? What about to make it 700 years? Maybe it's better 700 years. So obviously, the promise is foolish, and only foolish can believe in such a promise. And if somebody want to be foolish, go and believe in whatever foolishness you want.
So 1.84 billion Muslims are willing to make a bargain, getting all those 72 virgins, all those like sex, all those kind of things, versus in somehow they don't want to make a bargain on the good things you are offering them. That says a lot about mind of Islam.
Sister, the 1.4 billion Muslims, none of them believe in Islam. If they do, they will do jihad. And this is why they are not doing jihad. Because simply if they believe in Islam, because the one who do jihad, he will get better versions and he will get higher rank. So obviously none of them believing in this garbage, and none of them want to get the ranks which is higher, because the heaven of Allah is 100 floor, and every floor have different rank and different reward. So when you go in the heaven of Allah, if you are a person who did jihad and die for the sake of Allah, Allah will give you a lot better women. But if you are a person who just a Muslim, the lowest heaven, the lowest reward for a Muslim in heaven is 300 boys and 72. This is the lowest.
Yeah, so that's where I step in. Sorry, that's where my question starts.
Okay.
So Muslim man wants to follow Islam as faithfully as they can, and they want to take the life of non-Muslims in name of Allah, and they end up in this Las Vegas where they are gonna get 72 virgins alongside of 300 boys. What are those boys are gonna do in paradise?
Yeah, first of all, they are not boys.
So what are those 300 things?
The word ghulman is coming from the word ghulma. Ghulma is somebody, I don't know what the equal word in English. Let me see in the translation. Hold on. If somebody, he is an age where he is like a youth, but he is so excited for sex, that is what is ghulma mean.
Teenage.
If we go here, actually here we go. This is the word ghulma. This is the word ghulma. This is Islamic dictionary, not my dictionary. This is the word ghulma, where the word ghulam coming from. It says here, oh, this is all the description for the word ghulma. So those ghulman, they are boiling for appetite of sex, sexual desire. So Muhammad is not only promising them that you will have, like here they say, nophomia. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly. Nephomia, nophomonia. I don't know what to say it.
So it's not. English is not my expertise. Alongside of those vocabularies, are not my
they can read. Anyway, this is where the word ghulma is coming from. The word ghulam. So Muhammad is promising them ghulman, not boys, not just boys. They are not, because when you say boys in English, it means maybe he's like 6 years old, or this is not what it says. They are ghulman who they are facing. Let us say they are in the stage of their sexuality is in the top. The sexual desire and needs is the top human being he can have. So at that age, this is what Muhammad is offering in heaven. Now, why Muhammad is promising them such a person, or such a, if we can call him a young youth, like teenage, who is so horny? What is the point if he is just going to be a servant? There's other hadith where Muhammad, he says, Uh,
Sorry, you've got 300 of those boys. I'll call them boys because I can't pronounce that Arabic word. And also those of, if anyone is eating, it will make them sick. So
actually, the number, hold on, the number is not really 300. There's a hadith says 300. There's a hadith says 80,000 boy.
in the first floor of paradise.
Yes, this is for the bad Muslim, not for the good Muslim.
Okay.
If you go to Jami' al-Turmudi, you know, Jami' al-Turmudi,
okay,
hadith number 2562, it says the least of the people of paradise in position is the one with 80,000, you know, servant, which they are the ghulman, and 72 wives. He shall have a tent of made of pearl, etc. And then he described the rest of the, like the accessories. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Maybe it's my English or maybe it's my maths. Something is not matching up. So you have one man, okay? He's got 72 virgin wives and up to 80,000 boys. Okay, and so he's gonna have sex with them, with 72 people each day. Okay, so one day is 24 hours divided 72, not very good number. And of course between the times, I don't know, probably like there needs to be rest, there needs to be food being eaten, plus you've got those boys who are in their top level of their sexual desire. Is it my maths is not matching here, or there is like something else going?
No, here actually there's a lot of like stupid promises Muhammad he made, because remember we just mentioned that Muhammad, he promised the Muslim he would have an orgasm of 70 years.
Okay.
So that's me. What the benefit of having those 72? If your orgasm will be 70 years, that's mean in order to, I mean, if the orgasm is a short time compared to the sex time. So let us say if the orgasm is 1% of the sexual time, sexual relation time. So that means the sexual relation time is going to be what? 500 years. So by the time you finish with the first one, is going to be maybe 500 years or 570 years, and then you start with the second one. So in order to finish the 72, maybe it's going to take him maybe 35,000 years.
So
you know what I mean? I mean because the
is there a hospital? Is there a hospital in Islamic paradise? Because I am assuming man will need hospital or woman will need hospital. sorry.
And this is just the orgasm. The orgasm is a short period compared to the sexual period. So if Muhammad is saying it is 70 years, then we have to think about, so how long the sex will be? Well, it's going to be 2 minutes? No way. It's going to be 5 minutes? No way. It would be funny if sex is 5 minutes and the orgasm is 70 years. So if the orgasm is 70 years, the whole process is how long? You know what I mean?
Anyway, it, like, as a Christian woman, it makes me feel sick. But I don't know how does it make feel Muslim woman, because there was I spoke to a Muslim woman once and she was quite okay with it.
You know what the Muslim will say to you? I mean, he is, that's it. This is his religion. This is his stupid cult. He will change it. He cannot. So he will say it's good. I mean, I'm happy with it. But the fact, I'm sure many of them, they have a lot of questions in their head. I mean, what's wrong with this guy? What you know? Why sex occupies so much of the head of Allah? He cannot make us happy in different way. I mean, God is almighty and he can make you happy. Happiness is not difficult for God to bring it to you. So if happiness became just sex, then this God must be a sexual God. Because he concentrate, if we go and read in the Quran, the only promises is either about gold, silver, clothes, food, and sex. And sex will take a big portion of this heaven. So everything is about the belly and down. There's no heart. There's no love. There's no, you know, what about God created Adam and Eve? So the logic is, if God will provide us with sexuality, then well, one man and one woman, because God, he did not create Adam and 72 Eves or 72,000 Eves. So if this is what God he did in the beginning, why he would do different in the end? It doesn't make sense. So Muhammad, he was trying to tempt his men to die for him. Go and fight and die. And promises is so cheap. I mean, talk is cheap. I can promise you heaven as you wish. I can promise you the biggest. Even Muhammad, he promised a guy that he will have a corner lot in heaven, and he in exchange of his palm tree farm. So Muhammad, obviously, he is a good bargain person. Actually, even the Quran describe Islam as a bargain, as a business. Uh, Muhammad, he says, "Shall I?" His God told him supposedly, "Shall I lead you to a bargain, a business, which will bring you to Allah and get a great reward? It's a bargain, you know." So why Allah he consider believing in him as a business,
So
unless he is doing a business? Muhammad is a businessman, and he is saying to them, Allah is a business too. You believe in him? Here we go. Read chapter 61, verse number 10. Oh, who you believe, shall I show you a commerce that you will save you from painful doom? It's a business, it's trade. You give Allah this, he give you Allah that in return.
So let me go back to my Christian brothers who might think it's good offer to buy Islamic paradise or get the Islamic paradise. And some of those brothers are married. Okay. So let's say they end up in Islamic paradise. What are their wives going to get it? If, sake of the argument, their wives made it to the paradise, are they going to get 72 virgin men? Because equality is important, you know?
Well, there's many hadith he mentioned, and remember always, anytime the Muslims they find something embarrassing, they will say it's da'if. Anything is, but da'if is accepted still.
Yeah, they all pass the test.
If we go in the hadith, in Jami' al-Tirmidhi, it says, indeed, in paradise, there is a market which there is no buying nor selling except for images of men and women. So whenever a man desire an image, he entered. What does that mean? This is the Playboy magazine of Allah. So now, in the heaven of Allah, the sexuality is not a sexuality about man sleeping with women only. It is a magazine. There's a magazine store, big mall. There's nothing there. There's no fruits. There's no vegetables. There's no clothes. Only images, pictures, Playboy. And then the customer is a man. There's no woman customer there. So the sellers, the one who is going to buy, is a man. And if the man desire an image, he enter it, which means he will have sex with it. But the images are images of what? Images of men and women. So Islamic clearly speak about homosexuality in the heaven of Allah, and it's widely promoted, and they have no problem with it. Actually, I have a video, I don't know if you heard it before, where a guy, many of them actually, they speak about sex in Islam, and the person, he said, there's no problem. What's your problem? Yes, in heaven there is no sin. A man, he can even have, I asked him, so you can have sex with your mother? He said, so what? Why don't understand? There's no sin in heaven.
I do get as well. Oh,
sorry?
Is that my? I can hear my voice back. I do hear that a lot as well. Muslim men don't see there is any issue that they might have sex with their sisters or with their mothers, even if with their grandmothers.
Yeah, because simply heaven in Islam is nothing but it's a hippie house, like the hippie revolution in the 60s, where European people, they decide to go wild and they want to just have a free sex as they wish, anytime they wish, in the beach. There's no need for marriage. We can share men and women. So Islam is is very much advanced before that. But the reason for Islam to be like that, as long as you have my book, if you go in the first volume, you will see the Arab, they used to have many kind of marriages, correct?
Yeah.
Many. And many of those marriages based in exchanging women. Exchanging women. So Muhammad, he understand that pleasure, because I believe strongly that Muhammad himself, he used to exchange women. This is why in the Quran it says, like if you go in the Quran chapter of Al-Ahzab, where Muhammad, Allah, he says, supposedly Allah said to Muhammad, not Muhammad saying it to himself, that any woman, she want to give herself to the Prophet so he can have sex with her. And then Muhammad, after that, in verse number 52, it says, it's not allowed for you to change or exchange. This is the translation the Muslims they have. So how you can exchange women? I mean, how you can change a woman? You see, here it did not say divorce. It says you cannot change or exchange. Exchange in Arabic, to beddel. There's a huge difference between divorce and change. Divorce, she's gone.
I'm not that much surprised on that, because isn't it the same God who tells when husband doesn't need his wife anymore, you can marry him? So in the mind of Allah, human beings are an object which you just buy it from the shop and you can return it and give it back.
Yeah, but here the idea is why the Quran is saying to Muhammad, you cannot change or exchange. But here, like this is Yusuf Ali, I will read it for the Muslims, and I'm not using my translation. It is not lawful for thee, between two brackets, to marry more women after this, nor to change them for other wives. How you can do change other way? You see, it's not allowed for you to marry more women, nor to change them for other wives. What was happening here, obviously, that Muhammad at that time and the Muslims, they are practicing changing wives. And changing wives is not a divorce. Changing wives is you take my wife, I take yours for a period of time. And this is what the Arab used to do before that. So Muhammad, obviously, he still enjoy changing wives, the same as the Arab used to do so. This is why when a Bedouin man, he came to Muhammad and he said to him, give me al-Humayra, you know, the Aisha, they call him the blondie. So Muhammad, he said, but she is the mother of the believers. Muhammad, he did not take his sword to fight him, and I am the prophet, I will kill you. No, he was, it's okay. And then Aisha, she said to him, who is this guy who can say such a thing to you? Muhammad, he said, he is a fool, we have to obey. Which means if he insists to take you, he will, and I will give you to him. So sexuality in Islam is beyond just it's not just like you know, heaven and even in earth. I mean, is earth is different from heaven in Islam? All of it is about sex.
Let me ask you a question. I'm guessing you've been Christian long enough. How, may I ask, like, how old are you? Are you like in your 30s, 40s, 80s?
I'm very old. Even
okay,
you know,
I'll think you are in your 70s.
Yeah, 80, 90.
Yeah, I'll go with 70s. Okay. For last 70 years, how does it make you feel as you read these verses as man and hearing Allah does give you right to exchange your wife with someone else's wife?
Well, first of all, here you see, always the story have two sides. There's the guy who will take the wife, and there's the guy who will lose the wife. So Muhammad always the one who will take the wife. You see, you remember the story where Muhammad, he took the wife of his own son, right?
Yeah.
So in the story, Zayd, he is younger than Muhammad, and Muhammad is the old guy, but yet the younger is the loser and the older is the winner. So Zayd, he been forced to divorce his wife, so Muhammad, he can have her. So age will not change the fact that everything in Islam is about a winner and a loser, and always Muhammad have to be the winner when it's come to sex. You, even if you are the son of Muhammad, you are not safe. Your wife is not safe from him. And even Ibn al-Arabi, in the interpretation, they says that Ibn al-Arabi said, if the Prophet, his eyes fall into a woman, her husband, he must divorce her immediately, so the Prophet, he can have her. So Muhammad, I believe, in certain point, his reputation became so horrible, and he wanted to fix it to make it look like, okay, you know what? I became a good guy. I'm not going to exchange wives no more. I'm not going to be the playboy, you know me, anymore. So in the chapter of Al-Ahzab, after he made the verse where it says that any Muslim woman, she can give herself to the Prophet so he can have sex with her, after that Muhammad, he came, oh, okay, you know what, Allah, he told me, after that I cannot change women. Because people, they start talking about what kind of a prophet this prophet is. And that's why, if you remember, Aisha, she said to Muhammad, Inni ara rabbuka yusari'u ila hawaka ya Muhammad. I see that your God, he rush into your desire, Muhammad, sexual desire. Now, why Aisha, she said that? She is the wife of the Prophet. She is not a stranger. But if Aisha, she is not stupid. She is observing, and she learned that her husband is a sexual predator, and he will use God as a puppet for his sexual desire. So women, they start offering themselves to the Prophet to sleep with him. And Aisha, she said, I feel jealous of the women who offered themselves to Allah Messenger, and said, then when Allah, the Exalted, the Glorious, revealed this, you may differ between any of them as you wish, and take to yourself any you wish, and if you desire any of you have set aside, no sin chargeable for you. So Aisha here, she noticed, oh, not only he made verses that a woman, she can give herself, but now Muhammad, he make other verses saying that if a woman, she don't look good for Muhammad, you don't like to sleep with her, Allah gave him, or he make a verse obviously, saying, oh, the one I don't like, I can say, oh, stay aside. The one I like will come to the bedroom. So Aisha, she said, it seemed to me that your Lord hastened to satisfy your desire.
So, in simpler way, it makes you feel double sick.
In a simple way, it make me feel that you know, Satan is exist. You know, because this is what Satan do. You know, I will not make the Satan make me sick, because I know he is what he is, but this is a proof that Satan is there. Because you see, a person who claimed to be a prophet of God, and then he tried to take advantage of his followers, specifically women. Obviously, he's a cult leader. All cult leaders in the world, they share one thing. They are sexual predators. They are going after their followers. So you believe in me, I'm going to sleep with you if you believe in me. And this is exactly what Muhammad did. If Muhammad was a good person, and he is a prophet of God, and the Muslims, they say he is the most decent, good man, then why he have already 13 wives. So why he needed verses saying any woman she can give her so that the Prophet, why he's short of women, he's short of sex, he cannot find a wife. He have 13 already, and he have many sex slaves. You know, and even his wives, they get him busted having sex with Mary the cook in their bed. So why he needed all those women?
Okay, so Muhammad had lots of wives. He had sex slaves, but still, he need extra people to meet up with his sexual desire, and he's offering that sexual desire for his followers when they get to paradise. Go back to those boys in paradise. I'm really curious about what are those boys are gonna do in paradise.
Well, the Muslims, they say that those boys are going just to serve us.
What they're gonna serve with their like all high, I don't know what is the term for that, high level of their ready to have sex desire. I don't know what is the term for that.
Let us analyze what the Muslim they will say to us first. The Muslim they will say no, they will not have sex with them. They will just serve you. Okay. Now there's a video in YouTube published by the Dean Show, and the guy who speak there, his name is Dr. Dermelli. I forgot his first name. People they can search for it. It's called The Description of Paradise, and he says in the heaven, if you wish something, it's going to be in front of you right away, which means not the servant will bring it to you. Like if you see a bird in the sky, you say Subhanallah, and the bird will be cooked in a dish in front of you. When you finish eat, there's no dirt; it's gone.
So why do you need servants then?
So the question then, so why we need what servant will do? And imagine, not only that, in the heaven of Allah, your clothes will never go wrinkles, and you will never take a shower, and there's no dirt, and there's no dust, and there's no cleaning, and there's no sweat, and even there's no sperm in some stories they say. So what the servants are for, what they will do? This is the question the Muslims cannot answer. The Quran says that those servants, they will go around them serving them, and they have cup of wine, and then it says la yanzifun, and they will not bleed. Now the Muslim they say the word bleeding there is about not about bleeding from like using blood, it's about getting drunk. But why the boys will get drunk? It is the masters who would drink, not the boys.
So in today's society, servants wouldn't sit down and then eat with their master. I am assuming in Islamic paradise where man doesn't need anything, like they don't even need servant, still they do get those boys.
You see, if you watch this video, I encourage people to watch it so they can laugh. The guy, he said, you will have 80,000 boys serving you. Now, 80,000 boys
to one man,
and yeah, for one man only. Wow. And then this man, if he wished something, is going to be in front of him before even he saying. So what the boy would do? It is silly, it is stupid, and the Muslims they try to get away with these promises. At the same time, isn't it this is a child abuse? Let us say they are.
But slavery is all right though in Islam.
It's all right, yeah.
Yeah, so they wouldn't complain about it.
But those who claim that Islam is a good religion and Islam is have ethic, I mean, where is the ethic in this? Allah will enslave for eternity a bunch of youth, and their job is to serve me a cup of wine for eternity. If they will not have sex, according to Muslims, let us say I'm going to the Muslims' claim. Let us say they will not have sex with them. They will just serve us wine. So they try to enslave 80,000 little youth just to serve me wine. 80,000. How many cup of wine I would drink a day? I mean, why 80,000?
Sorry, my brain sometimes just most of times doesn't work. So you've got those 80,000 boys who are high in their sexual desire, okay, and all of their job is to just serve you wines, 80,000 wines in one go. That's a lot of wine. That's a lot of kids, a lot of boys. And I am very curious why Muhammad needed to express how high was their sexual desire. What do you think?
Well, you know, it's not only a lot of wine. I mean, this is stupid. I mean, what you see, like, if heaven is heaven, can't heaven be perfect without having a youth next to my bed? 80,000. I mean, 80,000. They have to be mute to enjoy my day. 80,000. They don't talk. 80,000. They don't blink. 80,000. They don't even make a sound when they walk. Because if you have 80,000 chicken and they walk around without talking, without making buck, 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 they will drive you crazy by the sound of their feet. So you have 80,000 youth This is an army. You can fight, and there's some countries until now did not have 80,000 soldiers. So 80,000 just to serve me wine.
Well, life must be very hard in paradise, Christian Prince. You can guess, like having lots of sex for long times. You need lots of drinks, and you need those sexually high boys to serve you drinks. It's
For
hard
me,
work.
I see it very, very silly, and it's an insult to our brain. Like how anyone can believe in such a garbage. I mean, 80,000 little boys, and they are youth, and they are horny, and they will be. And not only that, the Quran could describe them. They are white like pearls. Why they have to be white like pearls? Why they have to be so beautiful? You know what? So obviously, the man is enjoying their beauty too. Otherwise, why I need those boys who they are youth, who they are very horny? Why they have to have such a look, such a face, and such a design? It doesn't make sense. But the whole idea is promises is cheap, and Muhammad is speaking to a bunch of Bedouin. The Bedouin, the Arab, they love sex, they love to drink, they love even the Quran. Muhammad himself, he was a heavy drinker, him and Umar al-Khattab and all the Muslims, to the point he became the joke of the town. Everybody, when the Muslims they pray and they are drunk. So Muhammad, after the people start making fun of him, he come with a chapter 4, verse number 43, where it says Allah told Muhammad supposedly, for sure it's Muhammad. He said to the Muslims, "Oh, who you believe, approach not prayer when you are drunk." So imagine how much they are obsessed with drinking, those Arab in the time of Muhammad, to the point they cannot pray. They are, when they go to pray, they are falling apart. So they are a bunch of drunken people. So Muhammad, he did not forbid that until he himself cannot drink, and then he says the wine is haram. Now here you will see the contradiction. Why wine in earth is bad, and why wine in heaven is good?
I know the answer to this question.
Sorry?
I know the answer to this question. Would you like me to answer?
Go ahead.
So, according to an imam who I spoke, he said Allah wants us to control ourselves in this world, and then we will get the wines in paradise because we deserve it by controlling. And my response to that was, morality of Allah changes while people are in this world. His morality gets worse when people end up in paradise.
But the Muslims don't control anything. The Muslims, Muhammad, he legalized all adultery and he make it legal, including prostitution. Like, is a prostitution haram in Islam? It's not.
No, that's why we do have lots of grooming gangs in UK. I'm not sure if you heard of it, thanks to teachings of Islam.
I don't know what's that, but prostitution in Islam, as long you are using your slaves, it is halal. Chapter 24, verse number 33, it says that force not your maids, who they are your slaves, into prostitution if they desire not to do so. But however, if you force them, Allah is all merciful and forgiving. There's no punishment in Islam for any Muslim if he use his slave. She have to be a slave, not a free woman. If he use a slave he own for prostitution, it is legal, it is halal, and there's no problem with that. And the only condition here in the verse, it says, force them not if they choose. Which means if you ask her, you like to do prostitution, and she says, "They're good for me," then business is good. However, even if you force them, Allah is all merciful. The Muslims, they say Allah is merciful for them. Okay, but what is the punishment for prostitution in Islam? You see, the verse doesn't say never do prostitution. The verse is so clear. It says force them not to do prostitution if they choose. If they choose not to do prostitution. And if you force them, Allah is all merciful. So where Muhammad, he says prostitution is forbidden? Nowhere. The verse is so clear.
So
same time for the muta. You know them, all right?
Yeah, let me just comment on that Surah 24. So in England, it's been almost a decade now. Mainly Muslim, mainly followers of Islam, not Muslim, mainly people who follow the teachings of Islam and identify themselves as people who fast during the Ramadan, who goes to Friday prayers. They pick those young white British girls, mainly British, and then they use those girls, they sold those girls, and they make money from those girls. We call it, like, it's been all over the news, identified as grooming gangs.
But how they get those girls? I don't understand. What they marry them? What they do?
No, so they pick up those girls from the, like, after school, or those girls go to shop to buy the things, and then they start giving those girls gifts. From that, they are building relationships, they are grooming the girls, and then from that, the girls kind of start, oh yeah, he's my friend. And those people are pretty old when you compare with the age of those children. Youngest child was 9 years old, and then until it goes until 15. I did meet some of the girls who's been groomed, and the way they've been treated by Muslims. If one of the girls wanted to give up and didn't want to kind of be friend with these Muslim men, they were told family will get hurt. One of the girl, they nailed her tongue on the table if she goes back to if she leaves this gang. It's overall like very sad, ugly, but when we see those Surah 24 verse 33, it makes sense for us why Muslims are using those mainly white British girls to make money from them, because apparently Allah is all merciful and all forgiving. Allah doesn't have any problem with it.
I don't want to blame a cult like Islam for what's happening here, because it's a cult and everything is halal. Especially, it is not, they cannot do that to Muslim girls. They are doing it only to non-Muslims. So we understand who they are. But I want to blame the society in England. I mean, where is the parents? Where is the family? Where is the mother? Where is the father? Where is the government? Where is the police? Obviously, there's something wrong there.
So family is already broken. So, social services didn't do their job. Police didn't want to offend Muslim community. And
okay,
of Islam.
That means England is doomed. I mean, you see a guy is kidnapping a child, forcing her into sex business, and then you don't want to offend. What kind of a country? This country is gone.
Country needs Jesus.
The country is gone. This England is became a doomed country. So I don't blame a criminal for being a criminal. Crime can take place if there's no protection, especially for the young one. So don't blame the criminal only, blame those who allowed the crime to happen. And obviously there's somebody, the criminal here is not only those who commit the crime, is the government, is the parents, is the society who allow such a thing to happen.
Yeah, like everyone has responsibility and everyone did their part is wrong, but still there is an ideology out there gives right to their followers to abuse, buy and sell people who do not share their ideology. That's very ugly and wrong.
Yeah, we know that, but what I'm saying, I know what Islam is about, and I know Islam allowed to take advantage of those who they are not Muslims. But there is other kind of criminals who don't care about religion too, and they will do that. However, if you don't provide protection in any society, the weak ones always they will be the victims. And obviously, the society in England is suffering from a big problem, and the problem is very simple: there is no protection. So Muslims, they have their religion where it allowed in them, you cannot kill a Christian if he is protected, and because he's paying the jizya. But if he is not, you can steal his money. and the same for their women. So they are practicing Islam. Nothing strange here. I mean, if they take those girls and they do to them what they did, we know what Islam is about. But the question is, how will that happen? So I don't want to blame the Muslims only for what they do or those criminals. I want to blame the whole society. This is a stupid society, sadly. And you know, when people lose their honor, there's nothing else to lose.
When people give up on God, this is what happens.
Well, not only they give up in God, obviously they give even up in normal things a human being he have. I mean, honor. I mean, if you don't have an honor for your children's, and I mean, even cats, even chicken defend their babies. So what happened to those rich people? They are not even chicken no more. You know what I mean?
So
like, if you try to take a chicken, a little chick from her mother, and she is a chicken, she would attack you and she would die to defend her chick. So if a chicken defend her baby, what about those people? What's wrong with them? Obviously, this society have something wrong with it. You know, if I have a child or a daughter, and somebody want to do that to her, you know, I will go crazy. I'm not going to let anyone even get close to my daughter. Obviously, there's something wrong. You know, and always Satan, my dear sister, always Satan, he finds his place when there's a place for him. If there's no place for him, he cannot get in. So this society welcoming Satan. Actually, England became the nest of Satan because every terrorist in the world, he want to run away, he asked for asylum, England give him asylum.
Okay, I'm not gonna comment on that. So can I ask another question?
Sure.
Just changing the topic. So, I hear from mainly from Muslims, Muhammad was very good man and he's like very good example. And one of the good thing Muhammad did was feeding a cat. Apparently, he gave milk to cat. Do you know where this comes from?
Well, you know, the strange is Muhammad gave milk to a cat, and there's a hadith says a guy who gave water to a dog, he will go to heaven. Okay. When you hear this, you think that Muhammad was like a guy who believed in Buddha, like he's a Buddha guy, you know, and like he's a spiritual, and he was wearing a robe around himself, and he carried an umbrella at the top of his head, and his name is the Dalai Lama, you know. But isn't Muhammad the same guy who said kill all the dogs?
The black ones, yeah.
No, all the dogs. No, not only the black one. In the beginning, he said kill all the dogs. But when people they start complaining, he switched to the black dog only because people they have guard dog, they need dogs. Nobody can live without dogs at that time. So dogs at that time it was a necessity, it's not a luxury. So in the beginning, Muhammad he ordered to kill all the dogs. And here we ask ourselves, if Muhammad he ordered to kill all the dogs, how a person can believe that Muhammad he gave a cat a milk and he was a very nice person? It was narrated, and this is Sahih Hadith, the Messenger of Allah raising his voice and commanded that dogs to be killed, and dogs were be killed, except for hunting dogs or dogs kept for herding livestock. So all dogs were killed. And by the way, this is only after adjustment. In the beginning, Muhammad he ordered to kill all dogs with no exception. Sahih Muslim. Let us show the hadith number so people will not say we are making things up.
Do you mind sharing your screen, Christian friends?
Are
you sharing your screen?
Oh, you want me to share in my Skype, you mean?
No. Like I'm
yeah, you can share my video. Yeah, no problem. You can share. Sahih Muslim 1570, hadith number A. Or, you know, it says, Ibn Umar said, Allah Messenger reported Allah Messenger giving command for killing dogs. So Muhammad he ordered to kill the dogs. And then when the people they start complaining, he switched. He said, okay, kill only those who they are not herding and not guarding. So anything else you kill. So why Muhammad, if he is a nice person, want to kill dogs? And Muhammad actually he says, uh, if not the dogs are nation like other nations, I will order to kill them all. You know?
Okay.
Well,
Do you have any pets? Do you have any dogs or cats or
no, I don't have.
guinea pig or anything? No.
No, no.
So I've got 3 dogs. Okay, like
Right.
they are seriously very lovely. And one of them is puppy. She just chooses everything. Other ones are like little bit older. I look into their eyes, and when I remember Muhammad wants them dead, it doesn't give me that much nice feelings about Muhammad. Do you think my feelings are correct?
Well, dogs they have a special sensation and can sense evil. You know, so uh, because they can sense evil, I believe Muhammad he hated them. Each time they see Muhammad, they sense evil in him.
They start barking.
Well, obviously there's something. I mean, why the guy he is ordering to kill dogs? I mean, he is a Bedouin man, live in the desert, and everybody need a dog. So a dog he bark anyway. If we see a stranger, he would do that. But so why you hate all the dogs? Doesn't make sense, you know. So as you see here, I'm showing the hadith in the screen. You can see it.
Yep.
And this is hadith number 1573a. It says that Muhammad he ordered kill all the dogs, and then he made an adjustment. Then he permitted keeping the dogs for hunting and protection. So there is no need for any man. I mean, dogs are very beautiful animals. You know, what if a dog he is weak? He cannot protect you, but you like him to stay alive, and he is a cute. You know, he's funny. The kids are playing with him. According to Muhammad, we kill him.
That's just heartbreaking. I'm double heartbroken about it.
And you know, this kind of a person, obviously, he have a mental illness because you know, I can be maybe a person he have a phobia from dogs. Maybe one day when he was a kid, he was bitten by a dog. That is not an excuse, you know, to kill all the dogs. That's stupid, actually. You know.
Actually, dogs are very faithful.
Dogs are very faithful, and they are always the best friend for a human being. I mean, if a guy he lost in the middle of nowhere, which one you prefer to have to be by yourself or to have a dog with you? For sure, you will have a dog. So, dogs never been a problem. Now, for sure there's some bad dogs, you know, but there's bad human too. You know, if a dog he bite, there's a human they kill. Should we kill all a human? You know what I mean?
Welcome to the world of Islam.
What we need, and then we will see here the superstition of Muhammad. When Muhammad he says that the black dog, and then he switched to the black dog, and he says you kill not only black dog, any pure black animal. You need to ask yourself, what is the phobia about the black color?
Sorry, CP, sorry. I was told that you are not showing your screen on your channel. Is that correct?
No, now it's showing. Now it's showing.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. So the Messenger of Allah said, if it were not that dogs were part of a nation among the nation, then I would order that all of them to be killed. Now, here we need to ask ourselves, why Muhammad he hated dogs so much, and then why he switched to say kill the dogs which is a pure black. They ask him, what is the distinguish between a yellow dog and white dog from a black dog? He said the black dog is the devil, is shaitan. So Muhammad, obviously, he believed that black color is the color of Satan. So you kill, this is why in the Middle East, you will not see, if there's a black horse, he is totally black, they will kill him. If he's totally black.
I've got 3 dogs and 2 of them are black.
Sorry, you had what?
I've got 3 dogs and 2 of them are black.
Well, you know, those are the enemy of Allah.
Good. You know? I believe my dogs are made for heaven, but anyway, not for paradise.
Yeah, well, I don't think dogs deserve to go to the paradise of Allah anyway. I mean, it's not nice for them. Uh, but here you will notice that this person, he have a mental issue. I mean, a person who is little wise, he should understand that those are poor animals, you know, and we should not kill a dog because he's black, or just because he's a dog. That is not only any human unjust. This is an evil. It's stupid. It's stupid to believe that a black dog is Satan just because he's black. So how in the world Muslims they can believe in a man like this to be a prophet who tell them about the right and wrong? Isn't it obvious that this is wrong?
I would love to see what the animal lovers will say in 21st century. But that's
What
just a different topic.
you see, a human being, he always was in love with dogs since the beginning of time. This is why dog is the best friend of a human or a man. So to come with such an argument that dogs are bad and dogs should be killed, it's exposing a kind of mental illness for this person.
So just go back to my question on Muslim reasoning that Muhammad was very good man because he fed the cat. So you, like, how long have you been looking into Islam? So you are 70. Can we say like last 60 years or 65 years?
Sometime I have over 100 now.
Okay.
No, look, listen. If Muhammad nice to cats, why he is not nice to human?
Oh, well, so just a moment. How long have you been studying Islam? Over 70 years?
Let's say.
Okay, I'll ask much simple if you don't want to share your age. Have you got gray hairs yet?
You see the woman questions.
So if you got gray hairs, that means Islam gave you gray hairs.
I don't know. Last time I looked at the mirror, it was a long time ago. So don't ask me those questions.
Okay. Okay.
Anyway, maybe I don't even have hair. How you know? Maybe I'm like Sam Shamoon.
Like, doesn't matter you've got hair or not. God still loves you, and Lord Jesus Christ died for you. I just wanted to find out. I'm assuming you've been studying Islam for a long time.
It's not about how long you study. It's about how deep you study. There's many people, they study. You see, there's working hard and there's working smart. There's a person who works so hard, but he cannot accomplish. And there's somebody, he works smart, little, than the one who works so hard. So we need to work smart, not only hard.
Okay. In your smart studying, have you got what would be your top 10 things, like if you force and really force that you come across that Muhammad was a good man because these top 10 things?
Well, there's the top good things about Muhammad are evil, because if Muhammad he did give milk to a cat, what about Muhammad letting the woman who insulted him and she is over 80 years old, let her go instead of cutting her to pieces? That's mean Muhammad is mentally ill, because you are merciful to the cat by giving her milk, but yet a woman over the age of 80, you cut her to pieces when she's alive. So that is a proof that Muhammad is mentally ill, because this is not a mercy, that's a madness. Like there's a guy who is a king who give his cat a milk, but then he throw you to the cat to eat you. His cat is a tiger. You know what I mean? So I have a cat and she is a tiger, and then I give my cat a milk, and now my cat, she is licking my fingers, and then after that I am so merciful to the point I will throw a human being in front of my tiger because the tiger is hungry. So now I am merciful. So Muhammad, he sacrificed mankind, yet they call him a merciful prophet. How many millions of people get killed because of Muhammad? Muhammad, he did give milk to the cat. But the question, how many millions can get killed because of Muhammad?
Lots of.
So, so the Muslims are trying to fool us, saying Muhammad, he saved a cat, he killed millions. This is the point. My prophet is so good. He gave milk to the cat, but he crucified people and he put nails in their eyes and he put them in the cross and he cut their hands and he cut their feet and he put nails in their eyes, and he is merciful
So
by giving milk to a cat.
I am glad that there is something, since we are in the same page. I thought pretty hard, but I couldn't even find any nice thing about Muhammad.
Well,
not good at all.
You see, Muslims, they can't. You see that when a person is desperate, he tries to find something to make Muhammad look nice. So they start quoting stories which we find it actually hilarious. Like as an example, the Muslim, they say that there was a Jewish guy, he piss always and he throw garbage in the door of the prophet. All right, this is a story we hear it always. There's a Jew guy, he always pay, but where we can find this story? Who is the Muslim want to show me the story? There's no reference for the story. A Jew, he used to come to the prophet and he pissed in the door of the prophet and they throw garbage in the prophet, and the prophet, one day his son, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I want to see the story. So Muslims, they fabricate tons of stories about their prophet. But all the reference saying that Muhammad obviously is an evil person. Imagine Muhammad, the one who did feed the cat, he gagged the eyes of a human being. He put nails in fire and he gagged their eyes. So how he is a merciful person, even if somebody want to be punished.
Is that the story where Muhammad made people to drink camel urine? Is that story?
Yes, it's the same story. Yeah, this is the same story. But what about, putting nails in their eyes? I mean, okay, let us say somebody, he deserved to be punished. But what kind of punishment will reach out to the point, I'm going to put nails, a piece of irons in the fire, and then I will push those iron when you are alive in your eyes. This is a horror movie. Imagine if we can record Muhammad doing that.
Very peaceful man, very mercy to the world.
So we will make a movie, and the movie showing in the beginning Muhammad giving milk to the cat, and there's a romantic music in the background. And then in the second part of the movie, the prophet is cutting hands and feet and crucifying people in the cross, and then bringing nails, he heat it in fire and he push it inside the eyes of those people when they are alive screaming, and then he let them die slowly. So here we go. This is Muhammad, who he did give milk to the cat. So I believe Hitler, he used to have a cat too. And he burned 6 million Jews, but he had a cat.
Okay, I'm changing the topic. So go back to the paradise. I'm curious about paradise. It's not because I want to end up there, because I concern for Muslims who are hoping to end up there. So we do have those virgins. We do have those boys who are like hyper with their sexual desire. They are serving all those wines, yet they're not gonna get drunk. What else do we have in this paradise? What is paradise is offering Muslim women if they ever make to paradise, since they're not clever enough?
Muhammad, he promised that Muslim women, there will be 70 time or beauty. But I find that this is very stupid promise, and I will explain in the screen why this is very stupid for those who want to use their brain. Imagine, let me do this in the screen. We have a woman, her name is Fatima. I'm typing Arabic. Fatima. And then another woman, her name is Khadija. And then another woman, her name is Aisha. So 3 women, and the 3 of them, they are Muslims. The first one, her beauty is 1 compared to the one after it, which means the one after it is twice more pretty, and the one after it is three times more pretty from the first one. Okay. Now, if we give a beauty to all of them 70 times, you will notice that nothing changed, because Fatima, she will be 70 times more pretty, and Khadija will be 140 times more pretty.
So people are not pretty enough in this world, and Allah is giving them anti-aging creams and making them pretty in equal level.
No, what I'm saying, nothing changed.
I know. That's the
Nothing
issue.
changed. You're still, excuse me, I don't like to use this word. I mean, like people, they say ugly, but let's use it as a street word. So if she was ugly in earth, she is ugly in heaven still, because Fatima, she will go to heaven, and still Aisha, she is 210 times more beauty than her. And Khadija, she is now 140 times, and now she is 70 times, so it is still the same. So what's the point?
And are they going to watch over their husband go and sleep with other people?
Oh yeah, Allah will take the jealousy from their heart. So in the heaven, women, they will be like sex toys. They don't have feeling. So this is why they have no jealousy. They don't get jealous.
That's not very good at all, because if you love someone, that you directly become jealous.
No, those women, they don't love the man. They don't even know the man. They never met the man.
But they will be, weren't they their wives in this world? I'm talking about the like Muslim wife who makes the paradise with their husband. For example, those wife of jihadis. If when jihadi is going to intercede for them, let's say, sake of the argument, they make the paradise, what's gonna happen to them?
Well, this is what I'm saying. Allah will take the jealousy from those women in the heaven. So the women in the heaven, she will not have any jealousy, even not only the virgins, all women. Actually, this is in the Quran. Let us go to the Quran and find the verse, and we will show the Muslims the translation, which they are their own translation, not our translation. If you go to chapter 7, verse number 43, it says that Allah, He took from their heart all kind of feeling, anything. So in the heaven of Allah, there's nothing will disturb you as a person. No feeling, no jealousy, nothing. Same, same if you go in chapter 15, verse number 74. Like here, the translation is like making it, translation here is sense of injury. What does that mean? Sense of injury. Sense of injury, like you will not be injured in a sensual way. So
you
will be reclining in your bed, and nobody have bad feelings. So there's no jealousy.
I'm not sure as a woman if I think that's a good thing. I wouldn't say that's a good thing. If you don't, because what makes human is like those feelings.
I mean, this is a false promise anyway. And Muhammad, he is trying to explain to the followers. Obviously, one of them is asking him, how we will deal with those women. I mean, a lot of women, and I will have sex with all of them. They will be fighting. They will give me headache. So Muhammad, he wanted to make it, okay, don't worry. Allah will take jealousy from their heart, so they will not have any jealousy. So Muhammad always, his promises is a solution of problems human being he suffer from in this earth. So when Muhammad, he promised you something in heaven, simply is to make you feel better, not to make you feel more horrible. So he promised that in this heaven you will not have those problems you have here. Women, they will not be jealous because you are having sex in the front of them with other women. No, actually, they will be happy for you.
Of course, that makes sense, because those wives or those women won't have mother, therefore men are not gonna get mother-in-law. That gives extra peace to them.
Well, not only that, even the women themselves, they will not have the jealousy. The women
Yeah.
herself, there's no mother-in-law in there. And not only that, you have my book, Sex and Allah. You will see that all the women who Allah promised the Muslims, uh, they are a special kind of women. All of them, they have the same face, the same height, the same voice. They sing the same song, and all of them, their name is Hur. Now look at this. Imagine I have 100,000 women, but all of them, they look the same. I mean, how stupid that is.
How would you
So what's the
recognize
point?
which one is which?
What's the point of sleeping with all of them? I mean, sleep with one, sleep with all. Because they have the same name and they say the same words. Each time the guy, he finished with the women, she will say to him, "You are the best," which means you are the best in sex. But how she is saying to him that if she is a virgin?
It's just
However,
getting worse and worse.
she knew that he is the best. She never saw a guy other than him. She never even saw a man before. Not only she did not sleep with the man because the Quran says clearly that those women are maqsuratun fil khiyam, which means they are jailed in their tent. So how they say to the man after he have sex with them, "You are the best man. You are so good in bed, man. Really, I never saw a man like you." But she is supposedly jailed. She never saw a man before.
That's another reason we should encourage no one to become a Muslim.
And not only that, here you will see that Allah, He promised that those virgins, not only like He didn't say the virgin. You see, the people, they say virgins. The Quran never say virgin, by the way. Quran never say the word virgins. The Quran describe the skin inside the women vagina. Never use the word virgin, and this is telling us how trashy the author of the Quran, because there's many words, nicer words. You can say the word virgin. What's wrong with the word virgin? In Arabic, it says adara. Adara is virgin. That's it. There's no need to say and to speak about making them bleed, make the vagina bleed. So why Muhammad he chose such a statement to say about those women? There's no genie and there's no man had sex with them. And by the way, here we need to take into consideration that Muslims believe that Muslim women, they are available not only for a human, they are available for genie. That's why the Quran says that there's no man, neither a genie, did have intercourse and break the skin inside their private part and make them bleed.
That's just lovely.
Yeah,
just
it's one of the fictions of Muhammad.
Still, I'm questioning why billions of people are falling into these traps and following this man.
As I said, foolishness is exist, and people, they are free to be fooled. If somebody want to be fooled, what he can do for him? They go and then be a fool. But what I know that even those who convert to Islam, they don't really stay long there. They, after a while, because you see, Muslims when they promote their cult, they lie. So they might find some naive people who didn't know, and they fell into the trap as any scam. But as soon as they wake up and they notice that what they told them is a lie, they leave. Same time, a lot of Muslims are leaving Islam. There is a revolution now in South Africa, in Tunisia, Algeria, Morocco. People are leaving Islam as never before. So even in Syria, even in Jordan, even in Egypt,
Saudi Arabia,
they are leaving Islam, big deal. But because of the nature of this cult, it's a gang cult. They don't announce themselves. If somebody convert to Islam, the Muslim, they will make 10,000 video for him, interview, conferences. They invite them. Allahu Akbar. This guy, he was like this guy. His name is Yusuf State. He was an idiot. But if somebody leave Islam, how many videos we see of him? No, none. Few people they make videos, and if they make it, they will be living in the West.
Yeah,
I,
there
I
is
never
a
seen somebody leave in
definitely.
Islam. Have you ever heard of a country have zero zero atheists? Islamic countries have zero atheists. There's no way. I mean, the whole country have zero atheists, but because nobody dare to make to say I'm an atheist. Zero. When Ahmadinejad, the ex-president of Iran, he came to United Nations, he says we have zero gays in Iran. Why? Because nobody dare to say he's a gay. They will kill him immediately. So in order to know how many Muslims between those who call themselves Muslims, give them freedom, and then we will know. As long there's no freedom, I believe that those Muslims are not exist. You see, I believe in a Muslim who is a Muslim in England to be Muslim more than a Muslim who live in Saudi Arabia, because in Saudi Arabia he have no choice or chance to be or not to be. But a guy who live in England, he can leave, or let us say, he can go around it, or somebody live in America. But you live in Saudi Arabia, that's it. There's no way you can get around it. You have to say I'm a Muslim.
I did met with a girl. She was graduated from Cambridge, and she did become a Muslim.
Hmm.
And she got married with the guy who make her to say Shahada.
Okay.
I met with her. You know about halala marriage? I met her where she was waiting for halala husband, and this girl is graduated from Cambridge. And somehow when she became a Muslim, she left probably her brain in somewhere else. She was waiting for halala husband, and she was thinking that's very okay and that's very good. I just
Well,
thought that was
it's
very
not,
ugly for
so
someone who
a,
been to
a woman,
Cambridge.
she joined a religion or a cult because of a man. She is not be converting. I mean, as soon he leave her, she will change and she will be turned a Hindu if the next guy is a Hindu. So whoever in the bed, I will accept his religion. This is the whole story. But this is not really, I mean, this is not about Cambridge and being a graduate from Cambridge that doesn't make you smart. That's because you are rich mostly,
No,
not
but
because you're smart.
still in my mind, I had the idea that they are exercising their brain, but in somehow she didn't even think there was something wrong, that for her to go back to her
No,
first
no,
husband
no.
she need to sleep with
I think she
someone.
is exercising her brain, and she don't care for the religion. She care for having the man. So her brain is focusing in one direction. It's the same as a guy. He don't care really about dignity. He care about making money. So he work in any kind of business will make money. It doesn't matter, including drugs. So they practice. They have their brain, but it is not important for her to be a Muslim or not. The important is to have the man. So if the man is a target, it doesn't matter what the man is. She will be what the man he wants. You know what I mean?
I just think it's just
You know,
ugly.
once a Muslim woman, she was desperately. She said, "I will convert to Christianity if you marry me." I said, "I will not marry you. First of all, secondly, if you convert to Christianity because of me, that's mean you are a liar. You are not a good woman." She said, "How is that? I just proved to you that I love you. The point I will I will convert to Christianity." I said, "This is the point. You don't love in order to have me, you are willing to sell yourself to anything. So if Christianity is not convincing for you, and then still you are willing to change just because you want to have me, that means you are an evil person. You are for sale. Anyone can buy you." So a person who do that, he have no dignity, and he is for sale. And if a woman she want to change, or a man he change his belief just for the sake of having a woman or a man, that means this person have no dignity and not trustworthy. Tomorrow she will love different man and she will change her religion.
It's just double ugly. It's just double ugly. Another general knowledge question. So let's say we don't have something called hadith. We've got what Islam is only represented by Quran itself. And what are the verses you would keep within the Quran and get rid of the rest to make Quran more logical?
That is maybe the hardest question ever I got in my life. There's nothing,
Sorry,
there's no a single chapter in the Quran is logical.
not
Start
even
the
one.
first
Like there
chapter
is.
Muhammad received to the last chapter he have. So what is logical? I mean, have you ever heard of? I will give you an example. I will give you something simple, not complicated. Uh, when Muhammad he says, "Today I choose for you Islam as a religion." What was that day? If you go in the Quran, you will see chapter 5, verse number 3. Muhammad he says to them, "You cannot eat this, you cannot eat that, you cannot eat pork, you cannot eat etc." And it's like saying you can eat falafel, you cannot eat pork, you can eat chicken, you cannot eat ham, you cannot etc. And then suddenly, after saying all those about food, suddenly he says, "Today I completed my favor upon you. Choose Islam as a religion for you." Okay, hold on. Today Islam completed because you said to us you can eat a chicken, you cannot eat pork. So what is the rest of the Quran? This is a chapter 5, verse number 3. We have almost the whole Quran after. But today Quran Islam is perfected. And how it's perfected? Because Muhammad he said to me, you cannot eat
Pork.
pork. I mean, how serious that is. So how the Quran, how Islam can make sense? And this is a sentence, if it exists, it should be the last sentence in the Quran. The last thing, a person, he is like Jesus on the cross, he says it's completed. That's it, it's done. Muhammad here saying, this day, not tomorrow, this day, that's it. We're talking about the time. I have perfected for you your religion, completed my favor upon you, and have chosen for you Islam as a religion. So what is the rest of the Quran? So when you say to me, what is in the Quran makes sense? That is the hardest question for me, because nothing in the Quran makes sense. If we ask a Muslim, why in the Quran it's forbidden for you to eat pork, he do not know. I change the Muslim to tell me why. That's it. Quran says don't eat pork, but there's no explanation. Why I cannot eat this? Why I cannot eat that? No explanation. Not even the Hadith. Why there's no I cannot have fun? Why I cannot play music? Why I cannot play football? Even football in Islam is haram, by the way. Muslim today, they are not Muslims, they are fake Muslims. Everything they do today is haram. Every Muslim he have a stereo in his car. Every Muslim he listen to music. Every Muslim he watch TV, and all of this is haram in Islam. All of this is forbidden.
So five.
Art, pictures, cameras, all is haram. Muhammad he said that a person who draw a picture, Allah will bring him in the judgment day, and he will ask him to blow in it as if he's going to create it, and he will torture him for that. And pictures by cameras is no different. It's haram. Muhammad he says angels will not enter a house have a picture. So why Muslims have pictures? Find me any Muslim he don't have tons of pictures in his phone, even the one who have a long beard. If pictures is haram, how Muslims they have pictures? And why they have it? Because simply they cannot practice Islam. Islam is a silly, stupid cult. So this is what the Muslims they do. They convince themselves, I am a Muslim, Islam is great, but don't ask me about the details. The details is stupid, and my prophet is stupid. So I'm not going to discuss details with you, but I'm a Muslim. But don't ask me why I listen to music. Don't ask me why I have a TV. Don't ask me why I have pictures in my house when all of this is forbidden. So what is halal in Islam? To eat and have sex. That's it.
So
This is the halal.
there are 6,236 verses in the Quran, and there is none one verse you would keep to make Quran logical. That says a lot about Islam, though.
Well, there's a verse in the Quran. We have to be honest. It's very logical.
Which
The
one?
one it says you can eat in your house, in your house. I mean, look how silly this cult is. Have you ever heard of a God? He needed to come with verses saying to its followers, by the way, you are allowed, if you are blind, if you are lame, if you cannot walk straight, you are allowed to eat in your house. And even if you are not sick or blind or lame, you can still in your house. And not only that, you can eat the house of your parent, and you can eat in the house of your aunts, and you can eat the house and of your brothers. I mean, have you ever heard of a silly, stupid cult like this before? So this is a God. Obviously, he have nothing to do. He want to talk, like there's some people when they get so old, and they lose their control of their mind. And with my respect to the old, by the way, I'm not making fun of them, but this is something happening. So when we became your life boring, and you wanna occupy your life, so you start talking, even if your talk does not make sense. So what kind of God in the world? He says there's no problem if you eat in your house. No problem if you eat in the house. If you are blind, and where the blind will eat. I mean, usually before Islam, a blind, he eat where? He eat in a restaurant. In the time of Muhammad, there was restaurants in Mecca, in Quraysh. No restaurant. So what do you mean? There's no fault if you are blind, nor if you are born lame, nor if you are suffering from illness, nor if you are yourself, which means you are not any of those, to eat in your home. What? God writing to me, saying to me, it is not sin to eat in your home.
So he's giving you permission to eat in your home.
So usually we used to eat in the house of the neighbor. And then not only that, he like as I said, he's like this guy, you want to keep talking, you don't stop. And then he says, nor in the house of your father, or the house of your mother, or your brothers, or your sisters, or your father brother, or your father sisters, or your mother brothers, or your mother sisters, or in the house of which you have keys. So now if you have a Muslim, if you are a Muslim and you have a Muslim friend, you give him the key of your house, he is allowed to eat your food in the fridge. Don't ever give a Muslim the key of your house, even if he's a real estate agent. According to the Quran, a real estate agent, he is a Muslim, he will eat your food as long as you have the keys, as you see. And then any house, it's in your possession, and or in the house of a sincere friend of yours, there's no blame on you. And then actually it says there's no sin of you if you eat alone or separately. Alone. So when you talk about logical and wisdom, I find the Quran, I mean, the most hilarious comedy book. The Quran made the baby is sperm became a congealed blood, and then women, they have a sperm coming from their breast, and men, they have a sperm coming from their backbone, and the sun set in the murky water, and the sun rise from a certain place, and there's a people, it's called Gog and Magog, and yet we cannot find them, and they are, every one of them, he will live before he die, he will give birth to a 1,000 Gog and Magog, which means those Gog and Magog, if we are now 7 or 8 billions, there should be maybe trillions by numbers, but yet we cannot find one of them. It's like the Bigfoot in America. So when you say to me, what is logical in Islam? I say the only logical is to believe that the stupidity exists, and we have to accept the fact that as long there's stupidity, always there will be stupid, and that is Islam.
So that's the miracle of Islam as well.
No, there's other miracle. The other miracle is
that's miracle, like
to make someone believe in stupidity.
Yeah, nothing makes sense, yet it is miracle of Islam. What is the funniest verse of the Quran, you think? Is the Surah 2461 is the funniest one, or do you have anyone else?
Depend on the topic, depend on the topic, like what the topic is about. If it's about something silly, yeah, this is very silly and etc. But if you want something, let us say, more silly, when it's about logic, is a chapter 3, verse number 65.
Let's look at that one.
This one, it says, Allah supposedly is talking, not Muhammad, as usual. Ye people of the book, why you ye about Abraham, when the law and the gospel were not revealed till after him. Have you no understanding? Which means, are you a stupid or what? So look how stupid the one who made this verse is. If the one who came after cannot dispute about the one who came before, so how Muhammad who came at the end, he dispute about anything? Think about it carefully. I don't know how slow people are, but it's clear. Muhammad saying, hey you, Christians and Jews, how you can dispute, how you can debate me about Abraham when you came after Abraham? But based on this, Muhammad himself, he cannot debate them too, because the Jews are older than the Christians, older than Muhammad. And then the Christians are older than Muhammad himself. So all of them, they will win and he will lose. So how silly this stupid argument is.
It's Islam.
You know? Huh?
It is Islam.
It is Islam. It's exactly Islam. So here you will notice the stupidity of the author, because this is, it's like, you know, let us say I am 17 and you are I cannot say that to a woman. You are 17 and someone else is 25. So the one who is 17 is saying to the older, you cannot debate me because I am exist before you. But here he's saying he is the last one. So don't ask me about what is silly in the Quran. All of it is silly. What about the first verse Muhammad received? The Muslim, they say to us that the first verse Muhammad received is when Allah, he says to him, Iqra, read. How silly to say to someone who do not know how to read, read. Who is the stupid here? Allah or Muhammad? Because if Muhammad do not know how to read, and Allah, he said to Muhammad, read, and then Muhammad, he says to him, I cannot read, and then the angel, he squeezes him again and he says to him, read, and then the guy, he says to him, I cannot read, and the angel, he squeezes him again for the second time and he said to him, read, and Muhammad, he repeat again, like, what's wrong with this guy? I keep saying to him, I cannot read. He squeezed me. I cannot read, I told you. And then he squeezed him for the third time and he said to him, read. And all of this for what? Still Muhammad cannot read and he doesn't understand what to read. So what is squeezing for? And why Allah is using the wrong word? So from the first verse to the last verse is stupid. Or what about the second verse? Allah created the man out of a clot of a congealed blood. Who is the stupid who want to believe that a human being is created from a clot of a blood, dead blood? And then Allah, he says that he is the one who taught the man by the pen, but the pen is not created by Allah. And if Allah is talking about the pen which he have in heaven, so what the pen he have in heaven have to do with me? I never saw it. I never received a book from him. If Quran, even the Quran, never written by Allah, never collected by Allah. It was collected by a guy, his name was Uthman, and he burned all the other Quran. So where is the pen of Allah and what this is about?
I do have actually concern. I do have a question to you. So pen was very important to Allah since he created that like in early stages, and Muhammad is his last prophet, and Allah dealt with Muhammad for 23 years through angel Gabriel. What do you think reason that Muhammad didn't even bother to learn how to read and write? What was he busy with?
You see, first of all, the Muslims, when I debate Muslims, I debate them about their belief. But my belief is different. I believe that Muhammad, he knew how to write, how to read. But as long as this is what they believe, I have to go with it.
Yeah.
If you go in the Quran, just to show you how ignorant the Muslims, we are the Christians, we teach them Islam. The Quran never said that Muhammad did not know how to read. The Quran says that the word ummi is anyone who do not know the book. As an example, chapter 2, verse number 78, this is the first time the word appeared. وَمِنْهُمْ أُمِّيُّونَ, and among them illiterate, they know not the book. So illiteracy in the Quran never been about knowing how to write, how to read. This is why we Christians and Jews are called people of the book. Why? Because we are not illiterate about God. But the foolishness of Islam is amazing. They take this as illiteracy about writing or reading, but the fact it's clear. Those who do not know the book are illiterate, not those who do not know how to write, how to read. If you ask the Muslims, actually, the verse after it, it says, then, like those who write the book with their hands, Allah will curse them. So the book of what we are talking about? The book of God. So illiteracy is about not knowing the book of God, not knowing God. This is something Muhammad he took from the Jews. The Gomai for the Jews are the illiterate, not illiterate about not knowing how to write, which means the Greek are illiterate for them because they worship fake gods. So for the Hebrew Jews, all the Greek are illiterate. But the Greek, all of us, we knew they are philosophers, they have a great civilization, they knew how to write, they speak languages, so how they can be illiterate? They are illiterate about God. But the Muslims, they are very limited in their thinking. They are copy paste and nobody want to use his brain. And that not only that, all over chapter 3, verse number 20, it says, so if they dispute with thee, say, I have surrendered whole myself to Allah. He they say submitted. The false translation surrender. Islam means surrender, not submit. And then he says, and say to the people of the book, and those who they are unlearned or illiterate. Do you see it? So what the Quran again confirm that there's two kind of people. People who they are illiterate, and there's people who have a book. So anyone have a book, which means the Christian and the Jews is called the people of the book. But there's no way all the Christians and the Jews at that time they knew how to write and to read. Actually, until now, there's people who they are Christians do not know how to write and read in some villages in the middle of nowhere in Africa, etc. So, but still they are called the people of the book. And those who don't have a book, it's called illiterate. But again, Muslims are the last one to understand what Islam is about. And this is why even Muhammad himself. Do you remember what the Quran says about asking the Christians?
Yeah. If he's in a doubt, he needs to ask the people of the book.
Thank you very much. So why Muhammad himself? Allah told him, if you have a question about God, to know God, go and ask the Christians and the Jews. This is Muhammad. This is not Mimi Hijab and his nurse Ali Dawa. Muhammad himself, if you have a question about the true God, he have to come to Christian Prince to ask him, and he will receive the answer. And that because we are the people of God. And here I want to remind everybody that when the Quran calls us the people of the book, the Quran witnessing that we are the only one who have a book, not the Muslims. Muslims never been called once people of the book in the Quran itself, for simply they don't and they never had a book. And when the Quran says that the Christians are the people of the book, including the Jews, he confirmed not only our book is not corrupted, he confirmed that we are the only one who have the truth. Because if we, the Muslims, they say that the Bible is corrupt, so how silly, how stupid to say the people of the book, but their book is not exist no more. Who is the donkey here? Somebody is a donkey. So the second you say, imagine I say the guy with the car, but he don't have a car no more. So how we can keep calling him the guy with the car? And we are talking about people in the time of Muhammad, not people after or before. So the people of the book, but do they have a book or not? Obviously they have. Otherwise, how you call them with the people of the book? And book of what we are talking about? The book of God. So the second the Quran call us such a name, we are giving an honor Muslims do not have, and Muhammad himself do not have. And as you see, the Quran confirm, if a Muslim have a question, if Muhammad have a question, he have to come to the Christian and ask him. And here there's a question which Muslims cannot answer. Why Muhammad he have a doubt in his heart about him being a prophet? He is the prophet. If Muhammad himself cannot believe he's a prophet, how in the world any crazy person will believe him? You know what I mean?
Good question.
If Muhammad have a doubt, he's a prophet. He's the one who been squeezed by Jibreel 3 times like a mayonnaise. So no ketchup came out, no mayonnaise, and still Muhammad he have adopted after all of this. So half of the Quran is given to Muhammad, and yet Muhammad he have a doubt about himself being a prophet. And not only that, if you remember the hadith, where the hadith says that the prophet he tried to commit suicide many times.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't it obvious that Muhammad have a mental illness? A person who's a prophet of God when I commit suicide, why?
False God, false prophet.
The mental, he's suffering from mental illness. This guy, he need a shrink. He need to go and see a doctor. You know. So, and you know, the Muslim they say to us, the prophet he saw an angel. Okay, an angel who have 600 wings. But the Quran says that all the angels of Allah who sent to earth, they are either have 2 wings, 3 wings, or 4 wings. So how Muhammad he saw angels with the 3 wings, with 600 wings? So Muhammad, you know, obviously is a very funny man, and
maybe he didn't put his glasses on.
no, this is a Sahih hadith. That's it. The Muslim he believe he says 600 wings. That's it. So he cannot change the number now. So, and by the way, how an angel can have 3 wings? I mean, this will be funny. The is the 3rd wing is where in his head like a rooster. So praise be to Allah who created out of nothing the heaven and the earth. This is a Muslim translation. Who made angels messengers with wings, 2 or 3 or 4. And by the way, here they put between 2 bracket pairs. That's a lie. There's no pairs there in the translation. That's why it was between 2 bracket. And by the way, even if that is true, 2, 3, 4, still how Jibreel he have 600 wings?
I'm like more convinced in that hadith probably Muhammad wasn't wearing his glasses, therefore he didn't see well enough.
Well, Muhammad obviously, you know, I believe Muhammad is a person who is suffering from mental illness, and
alongside of good vision.
I don't think this is about good vision. The person is suffering literally from mental illness, and you know, it is possible that Muhammad he imagined things which is not true. And actually, even the hadith confirm that. If you remember, the Muslim they say, and the wives of Muhammad says that Muhammad he imagined he is done something. In fact, he never did.
Yeah.
Sahih Bukhari it
that
says
was bad one though.
Once the prophet was bewitched, so that he began to imagine that he had done a thing which in fact he had not done. So now how we can guarantee that Muhammad seen an angel, not a zucchini? Because now the prophet he might see a zucchini, he think it's an angel speaking to him, or he might see a watermelon and he think the watermelon is an elephant. So a person, and by the way, when the Muslim they say the prophet was bewitched, that's mean I have the right to say Muhammad the bewitched. I'm not insulting. You see, if I say
that's
Muhammad
the
the bewitched, am I insulting? No, the hadith says Muhammad the bewitched. So how he is a prophet yet he is bewitched? And you know what bewitched mean? If you ask any Muslim what bewitched mean, he says they put a black magic on him, but black magic is from shaitan. Okay, but how that can happen? Isn't it the Quran says that Allah said to the shaitan, you have no authority over my servants except the criminals and the bad and the evil one who follow ye. So in order for shaitan to put a black magic on Muhammad, he have to be an evil person. And that's what the Quran says in chapter 5 verse number 42.
So Allah is prophesying about Muhammad in the Quran.
No, Muhammad, Allah's not prophesying. This is Muhammad getting himself busted.
Yeah, like he's just like telling, I'm now going to describe you about myself.
Well, you see here, if shaitan have no authority over any Muslim, not only Muhammad, even normal Muslim, except the one who follow thee. So here, for Muhammad to be under black magic, he have to be following thee, which means shaitan. Otherwise, shaitan have no authority over him. And authority here mean you cannot do anything to them. You cannot harm them. You cannot make them follow you. Only one will follow you is those who they are bad, the criminals. So how Muhammad he became under the threat or he became under the influence of the black magic, unless he is following the.
It is sad. Like it just like as I hear more, as I see more, it just helps me to see how much this breaks heart of God, because there are billions of people are not aware of those things, or they're leaving their brain in somewhere and they messed up in this ideology. It is very sad for mankind. It is very sad.
Mankind will, everybody will face the consequence of his belief at the end of the day. Even Shaitan in Islam, by the way, Shaitan is a Muslim. I don't know if you know that. Yeah, Shaitan is a Muslim and he is a good guy actually. The same chapter we're reading from, chapter 15, verse number 39. Iblis, he said to Allah, because you put me in the wrong, because you made me do wrong, because actually aghwaytani does not even make me do wrong. It's about you deceived me and you did lie to me. So Allah is the one who did deceive Shaitan. So Shaitan is a victim. And this is why you see Muhammad, I don't know if you know the hadith about Muhammad speaking about Adam and Moses are debating.
Ah, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
It was like I can't do something which I was predestined. Yeah.
Right. So it's a predestiny. That means Shaitan himself, the plan of Shaitan is a predestiny too. Because Shaitan here is just doing the plan of Allah. Allah, he made a destiny before he created Adam that he should be deceived. And Adam, he is saying, are you blaming me?
Yeah.
Are you blaming me for an action which Allah had written in my fate 40 years before my creation? What does that mean? What exactly happened there? Shaitan supposedly he whispered into Adam and Eve and he deceived them. But that's mean not only we can't blame Adam, we can't blame Shaitan. For this is the plan of Allah. He wrote in the beginning, I will send Shaitan to deceive Adam. Adam will become a victim. Then I kick Adam out of heaven, for he is being deceived. And Adam here saying, you cannot blame me for that because this is a destiny Allah he made for me, even 40 years before my creation. Which mean, and Muhammad he agree that Adam was the winner of the debate. So which mean at the end of the day, Shaitan himself and Adam are victims of the games of Allah. The bad person here is Allah, not Shaitan, not Adam.
So Allah did something which he's very good at, deceiving first human and first creatures.
This is why my book is the first book I made. It's called The Deception of Allah, because all of this religion is about deceiving. So why? And by the way, here there's something that no Muslim can answer us. This is Musa. Musa's arguing with Adam, saying to him, because of you we are out of heaven. That's mean he is a Christian. He believes in Christianity, not a Muslim as they claim. Because that's mean Musa's believe in the original sin, that because of Adam we are out of heaven. So now Musa is dead. How he is a prophet of God, but yet the Muslim Musas I'm talking about, he do not understand the original sin yet. After he died, he have a debate with Adam and he lost the debate. So imagine you have a prophet of God, we ask him, do you believe in the original sin, Musa's? Musa's he answered, Habibi, yes, Habibi, I believe in the original sin, Habibi. And then Musa's, aren't you Muslim, Habibi Musa's? He says, yes, I'm a Muslim. But Musa's, the Muslim don't believe in the original sin. So how you believe in this, Musa's? So when the Muslim, they say to us, Musa's was a Muslim, that is a stupid thing, because here we go, even original sin is an idea which Musa's believe in, and this is after he died. And by the way, when Musa's he met with Adam, any Muslim can explain to us? Maybe they went like to the Caribbean islands in a cruise together. Adam and Musa are dead.
Probably they got free tickets, end up in Las Vegas, and then they had their chit chat, and then chit chat turned to be debate, and sadly one of them lost the debate.
Yeah. Well, what we can say, stupidity. But anyway, I'm so glad that Muhammad is so foolish, because that will help us to expose his foolishness. It's going to be hard or harder on us if he's a smart person. So I'm so grateful that he is who he is, and he keep talking. This guy, he cannot keep his mouth shut, and because of that, he is helping us. So I am so happy that the Muslims, they have the Hadith, and I'm so happy that they preserve the Quran, even the rest of it. Because if you remember the Quran, Umar, he said that the Quran was 1,000 letter and 27,000 letter, and what is left today is not even 25 to 30% of the Quran. The Hadith says that even the goat eat the Quran. However, we are so happy that the Muslims were able to preserve whatever left of it, so we can love together at such a belief. It's a comedy. It's a comedy. It's silly. It's stupid. And not only that, I will show you one more comedy about Shaitan.
Okay.
You know that Muhammad, he said that Shaitan, he command him.
Yeah.
Okay. How Muhammad is a prophet of Allah, but he received command from Shaitan.
That's why he's prophet of Allah.
And he received command to do good. This is a good Shaitan? Muslims? This is Sahih Muslim, hadith number 28148. Your prophet saying that the devil, huh? The companion of Allah Messenger, the devil, this is not just a genie, by the way. This is not a genie. This is because the devil is a genie, but not every genie is a devil. This is why your translation saying the devil. Do you see it? So this is the Shaitan. He is commanding your prophet to do good. Question: your prophet received command from Allah or from the devil?
That's only Allah knows, I guess. Allah knows best.
Well, it says in front of us, it says he does not command me, but for good. So Muhammad, he obeyed Shaitan, but he claimed that the Shaitan is a good Shaitan. I never heard of a good Shaitan. If you ever met one, let's say hi to him.
Well, in world of Islam, you do have a lot.
Yeah, so it's a silly. I mean, just read and you will laugh. And Muhammad, he confirmed that this is Shaitan. Even Aisha, she said to him, "Your Shaitan, he come to you, huh?" And by the way, when Aisha, she said to Muhammad, "Your Shaitan," when Muhammad, he said to Aisha, "Your Shaitan come to you," this is a wife trying to play with the hair of Muhammad. And Muhammad, yet he says to her, "Did your Shaitan come to you?" Why is that? Why if a wife, she want to play with the hair of the husband, Shaitan is accused? Don't you see, Muslim, that there's something wrong with this man? Because it's a lawful for a woman to touch her husband. It is lawful for the man to touch his wife. So why Shaitan is behind the touch of Aisha? Obviously, Muhammad, he said things which is not right, because this is Allah. Allah, he put a desire in her heart, supposedly. Isn't Muslim, they say that Allah, he made Aisha in love with Muhammad? So now Aisha, she tried to touch Muhammad. That is Shaitan who is trying to make her do that. How so?
Well, we have Satan, which even comes between husband and wife within marriage. That's not very safe marriage, isn't it?
Yeah, Shaitan, he round himself around the penis of the man if you don't say a prayer before he have intercourse.
Good for Muslims. Good for Muslims.
All right. Anything else, sister?
No. What time do you want to go?
Well, I don't know. It's getting late for you, isn't it?
I know I've got time until 3. It's just after 12.
All right.
So, but it's up to you. So you are the guest.
I know.
We can't kick out the guests. Sorry?
Look like you have a lot of questions. Okay.
No, like when we find a brother who has knowledge and who is willing to share, we are here to learn. We are here to make use of it.
Well, I'm happy to share, and for me, I do my best, and all of us, we are a student in this life, and we learn. Learning is a process, never end. And the one who thinks that he knows everything, he's a fool. So, uh, but we as a Christians been ordered in the Bible to read the books, and we have to be anti-ignorance. Ignorance is our enemy. That's what the Bible says. So, and we are not against Muslims, by the way. For me, I really I feel for them, I care for them, and actually this is why we are here trying to save them.
It is the Islam which is dangerous for mankind, not the Muslims.
Yeah, we are, even Jesus himself, he said, I came for the sick, not for the healthy. So we as a Christians, we should always care for the Muslims and don't think about them as enemies. I know that Muslims believe in us as enemies, but we should not go down to their level, because that will make Shaitan or Satan the winner. If I take the Muslim as an enemy, and the Muslim already taking me as an enemy, who is the only winner here? Satan. And then we start killing each other. So we as a Christians, we should not allow hate, we should not allow violence, and we are talking against Islam. We are not talking about against Muslims. Muslims are victims of a cult, and they need our help.
Yeah.
So when somebody have an injury, be Christian and help him. That's what Christianity is about. You don't make fun of the injured, you help him. And here we are not here to make fun of a person. We are not talking about a person. We are talking about a religion. We are making fun of the devil himself, who tried to fool people, make them believe in stupid things. So our enemy is the devil. And if you are a Muslim and you are listening, you should join me, not to be against me. And if we are wrong, show us that we are wrong. But don't take the order of the devil and use violence. Because trust me, the second you are a violent person, you are not serving God. And this is how you should know that your God cannot be God. You see, if a Muslim, he have really a religion, and he have a God, what kind of God he says? Kill them, Allah, he punish them by your hands. What about you say to your God? You punish them. What about you, Allah? You punish them. Aren't you God? What kind of God he need a poor person to go and die for him? Can't he do it? Why he want you to die for him? The God of the Christians, look at the different Christianity. God of Christians, he gave himself to save us. God of Islam, he wants you to die for him, to save him. So if you are the one who can protect your God, how weak is your God? If your sword is the one who will protect Allah, what kind of Allah you have? God do not need my sword to protect him. When the soldiers they came to arrest Jesus, Peter he took his sword and he cut the ear of one of the soldiers. And Jesus he ordered Peter to put his sword back, and he healed the soldier. That is God, my friend. He do not need the protection of anyone. Even though he knew they are going to take him and crucify him and he will be killed in the cross, but yet because he knew that death cannot take him, he overcome death. But yet he will not let you go and die for him, so you will save him if he is God. So if you believe that Allah is God, the first question you should ask yourself, why your God is disabled? He cannot protect himself. Why he need mujahideen? Why he cannot spread Islam without a sword? What about sending messengers to teach the words? Why Muhammad is the last messenger? Why? I mean, that's it. Islam is all over the world. A man he can spread. How that can happen? It's a silly. It's a stupid. Muhammad he claimed he is the last messenger in order to cut the business of a prophethood, as he did as a scam. So he said, I am the last one. He don't want anyone to come after him and to replace him in the business. It's a business mentality. I am the last vendor. No vendor after me. Why there's no prophet after him? Is the people are guided? No. People are lost today. People are lost tomorrow. And people will be lost even at the judgment day. There's people who they are guided. There's people they will be lost. So why there's no messenger after me? And not only that, just to show you how silly Muhammad is, he have a very bad lack of intellect and intelligence. The Quran says that Allah, he never sent any messenger unless he speak the tongue of his people so they might understand. Chapter 14 verse number 4. Was Muhammad a messenger to the Indian? The Muslim, they say yes. But do Muhammad understand and speak all the languages of the Indians? The answer is no. There's hundreds of languages in India. And not only that, he have to be one of them, not only speak the language. Did Allah send Muhammad to the German? Muslim, they say yes. He is a messenger for all mankind. But Allah in the Quran said, we never send a messenger except to teach in the language of his own people. In order what? In order to make it clear for them. So the logic in front of you, this is the logic of Allah, not my logic. You cannot have it clear unless the messenger, he speak your language. And this is your Quran. So how Muhammad is a messenger to the Chinese, the Indian, the Japanese, the Russian, even Arab, they cannot understand the Quran. To the point, even Muhammad, he asked Allah to send him 7 Qurans. 7 Qurans to a village in the size of Mecca. If the people of Mecca who speak the Arabic, they cannot understand the Quran unless they have it in 7 Quran. How a person like Zakir Naik, he understand the Quran? Brother Sister, it's very clear that in Islam we have no women see the Prophet. And the reason for that, because Allah is do. I mean, this guy, he is going to teach you Islam. If the Muslim scholars who speak Arabic, they say Allah knows best what he meant. Even those who speak Arabic, they are born. I am a person, I am an Arab. Arabic is my first language, and I suffer strongly to understand what this stupid Quran is saying. So how a guy like Zakir Naik, he can explain the Quran for you? Ahmed, that he don't speak Arabic. Zakir Naik, he don't speak Arabic. Shabir Ali don't speak Arabic, but yet they want to explain the Quran for us. And the Quran saying that in order to understand, you have to know the language. The Prophet himself, he had to speak the language of you, not you speaking his language only. So how that can and not only that, additional to this, even the Quran, because Muhammad is a thief. In his time, he could not explain the Quran. So Muhammad, he said to them, oh, hold on, don't ask me questions. There's many verses and a lot of things in the Quran. Nobody knows what they mean. Say, Allah, brother. What? The Prophet himself do not know how to explain the Quran? Chapter 3, verse number 7. So the Quran have 2 parts. One is so clear and one so unclear. And nobody knows the meaning of it save Allah. Have you ever heard of a stupid cult like this? So why you are sending me those verses and those chapters if nobody knows what they mean save Allah? Nobody knows the meaning save Allah. Okay, so Muhammad do not know too. Have you ever heard of a prophet? You do not know what the meaning of his prophecy? You do not know what is the meaning of the word he is saying? That is Muhammad. Why? Because he is a thief and he cannot explain things he said. So the only answer is, don't ask me, ask Allah. Nobody knows what they mean.
Yet Islam's supposed to be very simple.
Yeah. Anything else?
No, I'm just very disappointed on Islam, and I'm very disappointed on Muslims.
No, the Muslims are getting improved. Actually, a lot of Muslims are leaving Islam. You know, if you see, you know, in my Skype, how many Muslims they text me, they are out of Islam. It's actually the news is really great. I mean, they are really leaving Islam left and right, and you know, the internet is a disaster for Islam. The Muslims, they invested a lot of money in the internet, in YouTube. They make tons of thousands of movies and videos like science and Quran and etc. Blah 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 blah. but still because it's fabricated. Not only did not help, it destroyed them. Because sooner or later, people will find out that this was nothing but a false name. And then what will happen is the same as the shepherd who used to keep saying, a wolf, a wolf. First time they come to him, second time they come to him, third time nobody believe him no more. So the Muslims, they claim that they have a wolf. First time, people believe them. This is in the beginning when the oil start coming. Second time, people believe them. This is before we appear. Third time, people they notice that was nothing but a lie. And now all the videos which the Muslims they make about science in the Quran, it turn against them. Because if Islam is a decent religion, why Muslims cannot be decent and say the truth about what is written in the Quran? Why they fabricate scientific miracles when it is the opposite? The only answer is the father of all lies is Satan. And those who do lies, the lies of Satan, they are following Satan, not God. So if you are a Muslim and you fabricate a video claiming that there is a science in the Quran, you should know first, not me, that obviously you are following Satan. Because the first question you should ask yourself, why I'm lying? To make my God look right. If my God is God. You know what I mean, guys? Why I need to lie? To make my God look good. Why God cannot make it good? He's God. So what kind of God? He need my lies to be promoted.
Ines, sorry, just let me know when you want to go.
Well, I think we have enough for today.
Is that
we have information, isn't it enough for today? I mean,
and you got awesome brain, and sharing is caring.
If you want, you can take the video from my channel.
Yeah.
So you can have two videos, because now maybe people did not read clearly in your screen, so they can download the video and post it in your channel too.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry, in my culture, I can't just kick out the guests. So you need to tell me when you want to go.
Well, I'm going to go, and I will let you with your friends if you want to continue talking with them. But I'm so glad, sister, that I spoke to you. I saw your videos many times, and I encourage you, and we support you, and all the team you work with. They are wonderful, and you are wonderful too. And I hope people will support your channel. Actually, I put a video, a link, guys. I put a link under my video for our sister and their team. She don't work alone. She have what is the name of the that's with you?
DCCI Ministries, Defend Christ Critic Islam.
Who is the guys who work with you?
So I've got brother called Daniel, brother called Godwin, and we do have a brother called King. We've got like lots of people who are also behind the cameras, or behind the cameras.
God bless them, and I encourage all the people to support that channel. And as you see, the link is under my video. So if you like, you can click and you can subscribe. And guys, subscribing doesn't cost you money. Those people they need, and they deserve your support. Okay. They go, they stand, and they fight for the truth. So they are not fighting for themselves. They are fighting for the truth. They are working, they are serving, and they are doing the good work, which many people don't do because they are lazy. So if those people, you don't support them, you will support who?
So before you go,
yes.
So it took lots of time for me to harass you and have you here, and we noticed that you are a man, as a Christian man who keeps his promises. Can we have you back?
I don't promise.
Why not?
I promise.
Told you sharing is caring.
You are welcome to call me anytime. I am on air, and you can ask me the questions you want.
You can't say that, because once I got message, one of the Muslim from Speakers Corner were in your show, and okay. I came to listen, and I was gonna call you like maybe a minute before. You simply said, Christians, don't call me, so I couldn't call you.
No. You see, there's people who they are like, they consider them as missionaries, then they can call. But you can text me and say, "Can I call?" And then I will say, "Yes, call me, no
Okay.
problem." Even if, because sometimes people they call me when it's the wrong time, you know. So and most of the time I want to talk to Muslims, but now we change the way we are doing things because we don't want just the kids to call us. We want someone who claim to be professional, sheikh, scholar to call me.
Yeah,
So
that makes
text me
sense.
if I am live on air and ask, "Can I call?" And I will answer you. Says either yes or no.
Thank you.
All right.
And let me express once again, I am very grateful that after harassing you for a long time, you were able to share some of the informations you have. I am sure that was only 0.0001, but maybe not even 0.0001, but I'm sure we will make use of it. And I'm sure by God's grace, we will use it for the kingdom.
I mean,
And can I encourage also you to do like volume 3 4 of Allah and Sex. It is very good material for Muslims, and it is helpful for Christians to rescue Muslims from Islam.
well, I'm working now in 3 books at the same time, so we will
Wow.
see. I mean, when I have time, I will. We will see. Because if I want to make a volume number 3, then I have to make volume number 4 because sex in Islam is like cannot be covered by a million volume. The whole religion is about sex. So there, I made it what is enough to prove a point.
Yeah.
And there's tons of reference. I mean, my books is not really just a book; it's a library of reference. Everything is there, nothing of my own.
Yeah.
And I make it in a very simple way to understand.
Oh well, it doesn't. In that case, it doesn't have to be volume 3 or 4. Anything you write there, I am sure you write up. I am sure it will be useful for the kingdom.
I'm doing my best, sister. Thank you very much.
And once again, thanks for joining us. May Lord bless you and keep you safe, and give you a little bit more compassionate for Christians mainly. You are handling Muslims well, but for Christians. And I'll be in touch with you through probably Skype.
All right. Take care and say hello and God bless to all your team.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye. Bye-bye.
And so that was our goodbye to Christian Prince. Let me just express something. If anyone is watching us and you are Muslim, okay, after you read your Quran, this is one of the book you need to read. This is second book you need to read. And as you read it, you need to ask question to you about your God and about your ideology. Those are essential, okay? That's just for Muslims. For you to question where you are going to end up, for you to question what kind of God you do worship. And of course, for Muslim ladies, you need to ask the question, what does Allah is offering me? Clearly not much. And those brothers and sisters who are watching, it is essential as you memorize Bible, as you meditate on Bible, just take the pictures of the pages, go to mosques, go to your Muslim friends, and then ask them very simple question on what does it tell you? What does it tell them about Allah and about Islam? And it is all messed up, but Christian Prince put together good library for us to use it. And remember, sharing is caring. You learn something about Islam, you use it to expose Islam, you learn some things about Lord Jesus, and by God's grace, it will help you to fall in love with Lord Jesus Christ. And so tonight, as I expressed, we don't have our team with us because Daniel is in his beauty sleep, Godwin is family man. We didn't have them, but we were able to deal with it. I remember at the beginning, I told you, leave your message on the chat as with putting @ sign on it. I'm sorry, I didn't have access to YouTube. So I didn't see the messages you left, but I did receive a couple of WhatsApp messages from moderators who put together a couple of questions. So I am apologizing for that part, and thank you very much for all the moderators. I'm sure you are doing amazing job by blocking people, putting people in line. So we were another live stream where we saw once again how man-made religion Islam is. Once again, we saw how false Prophet Muhammad is, how false book Quran is, and it all together expresses us how much Muslim people need Lord Jesus Christ. Remember, Lord Jesus Christ loved individuals enough to give his life for them. Lord Jesus Christ was not fall in love with the ideology or with the book, but he was fall in love with people that he gave his life for that. Therefore, whatever you picked up from Christian Prince tonight, please, brothers and sisters, make use of it for the sake of the kingdom. We love Muslims enough, or we need to love them enough to challenge the false ideology they are holding. We need to love them enough to tell them the truth and give them the eternal hope Lord Jesus Christ gives us. With saying that, we hope to see you on another live stream. And remember, Jesus Christ is risen, he's alive, and he offers us eternal life with himself. Until next time, we will see you for next time. Be blessed and be blessing to rest of the mankind.